Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world. This is Gloria White and the Annie Dog coming to you from Utah, USA. Today we will be in the book, The Complete Apocrypha, and we are reading the book of Esdras, and we are in chapter 3. Now King Darius made a great feast to all his subjects, and to all that were born in his house, and to all the princes of Media and Persia, and to all the local governors and captains and governors that were under him, from India to Ethiopia, in the 127 provinces. And when they had eaten and drunken, and being satisfied were gone home, then Darius the king went into his bedchamber and slept, and awakened out of his sleep. Then the 3 young men of the bodyguard that kept the king's person spoke one to another. Let every one of us say one thing which will be strongest, and he whose sentence will seem wiser than the others, to him will Darius the king give great gifts and great honors in token of victory, as to be clothed in purple, to drink in gold, and to sleep upon gold, and a chariot with bridles of gold, and a turban of fine linen, and a chain about his neck. And he will sit next to Darius because of his wisdom, and will be called Darius his cousin. And then they wrote every one his sentence, and set their seals, and laid the writing under King Darius his pillow, and said, When the king is risen, some will give him the writing, and of those side, and of whose side the king and the 3 princes of Persia will judge that his sentence is the wisest, to him will the victory be given, as it is written. The first wrote, Wine is the strongest. The third wrote, The king is strongest. The third wrote, Women are strongest, but above all things, truth bears away the victory. Now when the king was risen up, they took the writings and gave it to him, and so he read it. And sending out, he called all the princes of Persia and of Media, and the local governors, and the captains, and the governors, and the chief officers, and sat him down in the royal seat of judgment. And the writing was before him, and the writing was read before them. Oh man, let me read that again. And sat down in the royal seat of judgment, and the writing was read before them. And he said, Call the young men, and they will explain their own sentences. So they were called and came in, and they said to them, Declare to us your mind concerning the things you have written. Then began the first who had spoken of the strength of wine, and said, O sirs, how exceedingly strong is wine! It causes all men to err that drink it. It makes the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to all be one, of the bondmen and of the freemen, of the poor men and of the rich men, and of the rich. It turns also every thought into cheer and myrrh, so that a man remembers neither sorrow nor death, and it makes every heart rich, so that a man remembers neither king nor local governor, and it makes to speak all things by talents. And when they are in their cups, they forget their love both to friends and kindred, and a little after draw their swords. But when they awake from their wine, they remember not what they have done. O sirs, is not wine the strongest, seeing that it enforces to do so? And when he had spoken, he held his peace. Oh, I want to keep reading. I want to know what the second and third one had to say, but we'll wait. And as always, I love you.